Good evening, all of you. I hope you all are doing well. And today in this session, we are going to study the current affairs from November 21st to 30th, 2021. We have divided the current affairs into the different sections. We are going to study them one by one. Okay, let's start the session. The first section is banking and economy news. Okay, so first issue is India has received the US dollar 87 billion in remittance in the year 2021. So this is as per the report. The title of the report is Migration and Development Brief. Okay, so this is the title of the report. So this is released by World Bank and Nomad. And India is also the top country in receiving the remittance in the 2021. So before understanding what is this report is all about and who is the authority to release this report, you need to understand what is remittance. Okay, so first we need to understand what is the remittance. So for that you can see in this picture. Okay, so here person A is there. So imagine he is a person A. So he is working somewhere in the abroad. Say for example, he is working in USA and his whole family and his mother is living in India. Okay, so this M indicates his mother. So this person who is working in USA or any other foreign country, he is sending some amount of money back to his mother country. Okay, so that is called as remittance. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I'm telling. So what is remittance? So any person who is working in abroad, okay, he sends some amount of money return back to his family who are living in mother country. Okay, so that is called as remittance. So this amount of money will be remittance for the mother country. So in this case, it is going to be a remittance for India. Okay, so that is called as remittance. Okay, I hope you are understanding what is remittance is all about. So this report is indicating that so India recently received the US dollar how much? 87 billion rupees. Okay, 87 dollars of USA as the remittance in 2021. So this is according to the report Migration and Development Brief. Who is the releasing authority of this report? World Bank and Nomad. Okay, so with this 87 USD, 87 billion USD, India is one of the top country in receiving the remittances across the world in the year of 2021. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So here you need to understand what is remittance first. Okay, so next about this report, what is the title of the report and who is going to release that. Okay, so releasing authority is very important. World Bank and Nomad. That together they release this report, Migration and Development Brief. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this. So next issue is ICICI Bank launches the online platform Trade Emerge. Okay, so remember this platform, very important, is one of the digital platform of the ICICI Bank. So it is recently launched Trade Emerge. It is for exporters and importers to offer them digital banking and many other value-added services. Okay, so Trade Emerge is nothing but is one of the digital platform. It is one of the online platform. So who is the who launched this? ICICI Bank. In examination, they directly gonna ask. So recently, Trade Emerge platform. It was in news. It is launched by which of the following bank? Okay, to make you confused, they're gonna give ICICI Bank, SBI, okay, Punjab National Bank, different options they're gonna give. So remember, this Trade Emerge, it's one of the very important digital platform. It is launched by the ICICI Bank. Okay, so this thing is clear. Then what is the purpose of this Trade Emerge? Okay, what is the purpose of this digital platform? It is to help the exporters and importers. How it is going to help? It will offer them many digital banking and many other value added services. Okay, the Trade Emerge, it aims to increase the efficiency and productivity of the exporters and importers by cutting down their physical hurdles and many procedures. See, exporting and importing is very much important for any particular economy of the country, but exporting and importing also take lot of the time. Okay, it is a time taking procedure. There will be lot of rules and regulations to be followed. To ease that thing, to ease that procedure, ICICI Bank came up with the Trade Emerge digital platform. Okay, so the very first aim of this Trade Emerge platform is to increase the efficiency of the importers and exporters by providing them many digital banking systems, okay, and many value added services. I hope this is clear to you. And one more important thing is, so this trade emerge is for all the importers and exporters of the country. Okay, it is not only the person who has account in ICICI Bank. It is not for them. It is for all of them, all the exporters and importers who are there in the country. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next thing is JP Morgan case. It has topped the 2021 list of globally systemic banks. Okay, so in short, it is GSIBS. So what is GSIBS? Globally systemic banks. It is released by the Financial Stability Board. In short, it is FSB. So in examination, they're directly going to ask, so recently, which bank topped the globally systemic bank report? Okay, so remember here, it is the JP Morgan. And who is the releasing authority of this GSIBS? Financial Stability Board. That also you need to understand. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So next is RBI approves to increase the LIC stake in Kotak Mahindra Bank to 9.99% from the 4.96%. So what is stake here? That you need to understand first. What is stake? Anybody let me know in the comment section. If you have any idea about stake or stock, what is stake? What is stake? If you know what is stake, then you will easily understand this. Yes, having shares. Yeah, right. See, here two things are there. One is stake and the one is stock. Okay. So stake is different and stock is different. These things you're going to study in your economic classes. But as of now, you should remember stake is nothing but this is the amount of stock an investor owns in any particular company. Like you are told, it is share. Okay, amount of stock an investor owns. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So this is stake. So recently what happened? Reserve Bank of India, it approves the increase of LIC stake in the Kotak Mahindra Bank. Previously, this LIC entity held the 4.96% stake in the Kotak Mahindra Bank. Now it got increased into 9.99%. Okay, so that you need to remember. How much stake LIC can hold in Kotak Mahindra Bank? 9.99%. So this was approved by the Reserve Bank of India recently. So that's why it was in news. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next is we're going to study the national news section. Ministry of Women and Child Development. So that is in short WCD. So what is WCD? Ministry of Women and Child Development. It celebrates the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Okay, so this is one program, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Okay, so what is the theme of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav? Theme is children ideas, rights and nutrition. So this is the theme. Okay, in examination, they're going to ask the theme of any particular program. Especially this is by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay, such themes and such programs will be very much important for your examination point of view. So remember, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, it is celebrated by the WCD, that is Ministry of Women and Child Development, and theme of this program is children ideas, rights and nutrition. Okay, so that you need to remember. So next issue is Madhya Pradesh announces the launch of India's first cyber tehsil. This tehsil is, Hindi word. Tehsil means any administrative unit. Say for example, like taluk. Okay, so that is called as tehsil. So recently, the Madhya Pradesh, it launched the India's first cyber tehsil. Okay, in examination, they directly gonna ask. So India's first cyber tehsil was launched by which state? Okay, you need to remember this is Madhya Pradesh. Okay, this is a factual stuff. You need to remember it. Okay, so next, the fifth edition of the National Family Health Survey. Very important, very, very important. So this is the fifth edition of NFHS. What is an NFHS? National Family Health Survey. It is released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this NFHS is one kind of a report. Okay, this is going to be released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare every year. It shows the sign of demographic shift in India. Very important, demographic shift is happening in India. So as per the NFHS 5, that is NFHS edition 5, the proportion of women, okay, so proportion of the women exceeded the men with 1020 women per every 1000 men. Okay, so it is showing that demographic shift in India. Okay, now what happening? The proportion of women, it exceeded the men. So that is with 1020 women are there for every 1000 men. Okay, so that is according to the NFHS 5. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Next, Indian Railways constructing the world's tallest pier bridge that is happening in Manipur. You can see in this picture. So this is the world's tallest pier bridge. It is in the Manipur. Okay, so remember the state Manipur. So next, India and Germany launches the WISER program. Okay, so WISER program. The aim of this WISER program is lateral. It is for the lateral entry for women researchers in the joint research and development projects. So WISER stands for Women's Involvement in Science and Engineering Research. Okay, it is all about the women empowerment and women education. Okay, so WISER stands for Women's Involvement in Science and Engineering Research. Which two countries are involved in this program? India and Germany. Okay, in examination, the question will come like that. WISER program recently seen in news. It is between which two countries? Okay, India and Germany. Don't forget that, India and Germany. And you need to remember the long form of the WISER also. So what is WISER? Women's Involvement in Science and Engineering Research. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next, the Sadar Bazaar police station in Delhi. Okay, it has been ranked as the best police station of India for the year 2021. Okay, so in the annual list of the top 10 police stations in India, it is released by the Ministry of Home Affairs. So remember the police station where it is located. Sadar Bazaar police station, it is located in the Delhi. Okay, so this has been recently ranked as the best police station of India for the year 2021. So this report is released by the Ministry of Home Affairs. That also you need to remember. Okay, Ministry of Home Affairs. So next, Andhra Pradesh has been named as the best marine state in the country by Department of Fisheries on the occasion of World Fisheries Day 2021. Okay, so which state has topped the best marine state? That is Andhra Pradesh. Okay, this report is released by the Department of Fisheries on the occasion of World Fisheries Day 2021, and they have given different ranks also. The best marine state is Andhra Pradesh, and inland state, that is best inland state for the fisheries, is Telangana. Next, when it comes to the hilly and northeastern state, and it is topped by the Tripura. Okay, it is all about the states. Now we're going to study about the districts. The best marine district is Balasore. Balasore district is present in the Odisha. Next, best inland district, that is Balaghat. Balaghat in the Madhya Pradesh. Next comes to the best hilly and northeastern district, that is Bongaigaon. Okay, Bongaigaon, it is in the Assam. So I hope this is clear to you. Once again, I repeat. So this is an important report that is it is released by the Department of Fisheries on the occasion of World Fisheries Day. They have divided different states and different districts. Okay, best states and best inland states, best hilly and northeastern state for the fisheries. So among that, the best marine state is Andhra Pradesh. Then inland state is Telangana. When it comes to the hilly and northeastern state, it is topped by the Tripura. So this is all about the state. Now we move on to the district. The best marine district is Balasore. Balasore is in the Odisha. Next, best inland district, that is Balaghat. It is in the Madhya Pradesh. Best hilly and northeastern district, that is Bongaigaon. Bongaigaon, it is in the Assam. So next, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan launches the Centers for Nanotechnology and Center for Indian Knowledge System at the IIT Guwahati. Okay, so Center for Nanotechnology and Center for Indian Knowledge System. So they have launched it in the IIT Guwahati. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next, Home Minister Amit Shah lays the foundation for Rani Gaidinliu Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum in the Manipur. You can see in the picture. So she is Rani Gaidinliu. Do you know anything about Rani Gaidinliu? If you know anything about her, let me know in the comment section. I will give you 1 minute time. Anything about Rani Gaidinliu? Have you read the modern history? I hope you have read it. See, Rani Gaidenlu, she was a Naga spiritual and political leader. Okay. She led a revolt against the British rule in India. So she led the revolt at the age of 13 only. Okay. So her cousin was there. His name is Joda Nag. Okay. I forgot his first name, but last name is Joda Nag. She, take part into that revolt at the age of 13 only, and he fought against the or revolted against the Britishers. Okay. This Rani title is given by the Nehru for this Gaiden Liu. Okay. Her name is Gaiden Liu, Rani title given by the Nehru. She was one of the political and spiritual leader of the Nagas. Okay. So this much detail you need to know about the Rani Gaiden. So recently what happened, our Home Minister Amit Shah, they laid the foundation for Rani Gaiden Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum in the Manipur. Okay. Rani Gaiden basically belongs to the Manipur. Okay. She born there and she died there. Okay. So remember about her. So next, traditional Odia festival. The name is Boita Bandhana. Okay, so Boita Bandhana, it is celebrated in Odisha with the fervor. So here what you need to remember is Boita Bandhana. Okay, so this festival is celebrated in which state? Like that question will come in your examination. So remember Boita Bandhana, it is a festival celebrated in the Odisha. Okay, it is a Odia festival. Next, Martyrdom Day of Guru Tegh Bahadur. Martyrdom Day of Guru Tegh Bahadur. He was the 9th Guru of Sikhs. It is observed on the 24th November. Okay, Martyrdom Day of Guru Tegh Bahadur. He is one of the 9th Guru of Sikhs. It is observed on the 24th November every year. Okay. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi lays foundation stone of Noida International Airport at Jewara in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so that is not that important. You can skip it if you want. Ministry of Labor and Employment, it has changed the base year for wage rate index, that is WRI index, from 1963-65 to 2016. So it's very important. Anybody let me know what is wage rate index? You know anything about that? Do you know anything about wage rate index? Let me know in the comment section. So the wage rate index, by the name only you can understand. So what it measures? It measures the change in the price between the current period and the price at a given base period. Okay. So here what happened recently, the Ministry of Labor and Employment, they have changed the base year of this WRI. Okay. So previously the base year was 1963 and 65, but now they have changed it to the 2016. Okay, see 1963-65, that is quality of labors, quantity of labors, as well as the prices, they were very old. Okay, 1963 and 65, it's almost 6 decades, 6 decades below, 7 decades below. But now they have changed this old time period into the new one, that is from 2016. So now they are going to measure this wage rate index by comparing with the 2016's data. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Say for example, they are measuring wage rate index of 2021. Now to which they are going to compare? Okay, so that is the question. They will compare with 2016's data, not 1963 to 1965 data. Till now they have compared with these old data, that is 1963 to 65. Now they have changed it to the 2016. Okay, so by comparing these two, they are going to measure whether the WRI index is going up or going down. Okay, so that is another thing. But you need to remember they have changed the base year to the 2016. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next we're going to study the appointments, different appointments that have happened. Geoff Allardyce, okay, sorry for my bad pronunciation. Geoff Allardyce appointed as the new CEO of International Cricket Council, that is ICC. Okay, who is new CEO of ICC? Geoff Allardyce. Okay. Next, Kuwait reappoints the Sheikh Sabah Khaled Al Ahmad Al Sahab as the Prime Minister. Okay, so Kuwait reappoints the Sheikh Sabah Khaled Al Ahmad Al Sabah, okay, as the Prime Minister of the Kuwait. Okay. Next, Petr Payala appointed as the new Prime Minister of Czech Republic. This is one of the country. Okay, Czech Republic. Who is the new Prime Minister? Petr Payala. So next, Central Bureau of Investigation, that is CBI. Special Director Praveen Sinha has been elected as the delegate for Asia on the Executive Committee of International Criminal Police Organization. It's one of the Interpol. Okay, so Central Bureau of Investigations Special Director, his name is Praveen Sinha. He has been recently elected as the delegate for Asia on the Executive Committee of the International Criminal Police Organization. Okay, so remember Praveen Sinha. So next, Ahmad Nasser Al Raisi. Okay, Ahmad Nasser Al Raisi of the United Arab Emirates has been elected as the new president of Interpol. Okay, so the other country things are not important. Try to remember India's. Okay. Next, Vivek Johri appointed as the new chairman of Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Very, very important. Okay, CBIC. What is CBIC? Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Who is new chairman of this CBIC? Vivek Johri. Next, Harshavanti Bisht. Harshavanti Bisht appointed as the first woman president of Indian Mountaineering Foundation. Okay, who is the first woman president of Indian Mountaineering Foundation? That is Harshavanti Bisht. So these two appointments are very important. Okay, Vivek Johri, very, very important. So new chairman of CBIC, and Harshavanti Bisht, she is first woman president of Indian Mountaineering Foundation. Okay. So next, we're going to study the conference. Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII. It organizes the 20th edition of its flagship event, that is Connect 2021. So in the Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and the theme of this program is building a sustainable deep technology ecosystem. Okay, so Confederation of Indian Industry. This is the 20th edition of flagship event, that is Connect 2021. So now what 20th edition means, 19th edition have already happened. So this is the recent one and new one, that is 20th edition. The name of that flagship event is Connect 2021. Okay, so this Connect 2021 event happened in the Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and theme of this event is building a sustainable deep technology ecosystem. Okay, next, Union Minister Prahlad Joshi inaugurates the e-portal for accreditation scheme for mineral exploration at the 5th National Conclave on Mines and Minerals. It was held in the New Delhi. Okay, so next, Venkaiah Naidu represents the India's 13th ASEM, that is Asia Europe meeting. What is ASEM? Asia Europe meeting summit. So recently our Venkaiah Naidu represents the 13th ASEM summit virtually. Okay, the summit was hosted by which country? It is by the Cambodia. Okay, and theme of this ASEM is strengthening multilateralism for shared growth. So you need to remember the theme of different summit and different conferences. Okay, so this ASEM summit, it was held virtually. It is represented by the Venkaiah Naidu from India side, and the theme of this is strengthening multilateralism for the shared growth. And this summit is hosted by the Cambodia. Okay, hosting country means the country which took the chairmanship of that. Okay, Cambodia was the hosting country of ASEM. So next is Defense Minister Rajnath Singh virtually inaugurates the 5th World Congress on Disaster Management at IIT Delhi. Okay, so our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, he virtually inaugurates the 5th World Congress. So this is on the basis of disaster management. Lot of disasters are happening, right? Pandemic also one of the disaster, floods also one of the disaster. Okay, to commemorate that, disaster management thing happened on the 5th World Congress by the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. This was held in the IIT Delhi. Okay, so that you need to remember. So next, S. Jaishankar represents the India at the 20th meeting of SEO Council. So here SEO Council of Heads of Government, that is CHG. So anybody let me know what is SEO? It is also one of the grouping. We have studied, right? BRICS, ASEAN, BIMSTEC. SEO is also one of the grouping. Anybody let me know what is the long form of SEO? Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Don't forget, SEO is a very important organization. The name is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay, so recently 20th meeting of this SEO Council of Heads of Government that happened in the Nur Sultan under the chairmanship of Kazakhstan. Okay, so our India side, yes, Jaishankar represented the India in the SEO meeting. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, 7th India International Science Festival, that is IISF. What is IISF? India International Science Festival. It is to be held in Panaji, Goa. So that is going to be held in December month. Okay. So remember the place here. IISF, it is held in the Panaji, Goa. To be held in Panaji and Goa. Panaji in the Goa. Okay. So remember the place. I hope this is clear to you. So next we move on to the defense section. Here 37th edition of India-Indonesia Coordinated Patrol. It is held in the Indian Ocean. I told you different exercises will come under the defense section. You need to make 2 columns as I told you in the previous section. One is for the different exercise name, another one is for the countries which involved in that particular exercise. Here Coordinated Patrol, that is CORPAT. Okay, so this exercise name is CORPAT. It is held in the Indian Ocean recently. It is 37th edition of that. And which countries are involving in this CORPAT? India and Indonesia. That you need to remember. So next, 15th biennial trilateral Coast Guard exercise. The name is Dosti. Okay, biennial trilateral Coast Guard exercise Dosti. It is between the India, Maldives and Sri Lanka. Okay, it got concluded in the Maldives. So remember the exercise name Dosti. It is biennial exercise. Biennial means held after every 2 years. Okay, annual means every yearly once they are going to be held. Biennial means after every 2 years they are going to be held. Okay, so Dosti is one of such Coast Guard exercise. Here 3 countries are involved in this exercise: India, Maldives and Sri Lanka. Okay, don't forget India, Maldives and Sri Lanka. In examination they directly gonna ask like that: the Coast Guard exercise Dosti happened between which of the following countries? Okay, so remember here not only 2 countries, here 3 countries are involved. That's why it is trilateral exercise. Okay, 3 countries are involved: India, Maldives and Sri Lanka. So recently it happened in the Maldives. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next, Indian Armed Force undertake the military exercise Dakshin Shakti. Okay, so this is solely done by the Indian military. Okay, the name of this exercise is Dakshin Shakti. It is in the Jaisalmer in the desert of Thar to the run of Kutch. Okay, so remember that Dakshin Shakti, it is by the Indian Armed Forces. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Next, we're going to study the books and author section. Here 2 columns are there. One is about the book name, another one is about the author. Okay, Lal Salam, it is a novel. Okay, Lal Salam, a novel. The author is Union Minister Smriti Irani. Next, India versus UK, the story of an unprecedented diplomatic win. So this is written by Syed Akbaruddin. Okay, India versus UK, the story of an unprecedented diplomatic win. So, okay, book name is this, and this is written by the author Syed Akbaruddin. Next, Resolved, Uniting Nations in a Divided World. Okay, the book name is Resolved, Uniting Nations in a Divided World. So author of this book is, it is autobiography of Ban Ki-moon. Ban Ki-moon. Okay. Next, Cooking to Save Your Life. The book name is Cooking to Save Your Life. It is written by the Abhijit Banerjee. So who is Abhijit Banerjee? It's very important personality. Who is Abhijit Banerjee? Who is Abhijit Banerjee? He received the Nobel Prize recently. Okay, recently means not this year. I think in 2019. Okay, he received the Nobel Prize in the economy. He is Indian origin. Okay, so Cooking to Save Your Life, it is written by Abhijit Banerjee. Next, Conversations. The book name is Conversation. It is written by art historian B.N. Goswami. Next, the book is Contested Lands, India, China, and the Boundary Dispute. So this is written by the Maruf Raja. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So next we're going to study the ranking section. Different rankings are given. So recently President Ramnath Kovind presents the 6th Swachh Sarvekshan Award 2021. Okay, so this is the 6th edition of the Swachh Sarvekshan Award 2021. So here Indore wins the cleanest city title for the 5th straight year. Okay, last year and last to last year, up to 5th year, Indore was in the place of cleanest city title. Okay, so here different cities and awards are given. The cleanest city is Indore. Then cleanest Ganga town is Varanasi. Cleanest state. So cleanest state with more than 100 urban local bodies, it is Chhattisgarh. Then the cleanest state with less than 100 urban local bodies, it is Jharkhand. Okay, so both are cleanest state only, but the difference is the 100 above the 100 urban local bodies and below 100 urban local bodies. Okay, next cleanest city with less than 1 lakh population. It means small cities. Okay, cleanest city with less than 1 lakh population. It is Vita city of Maharashtra. Next, cleanest small city, 1 to 3 lakh of population, that is New Delhi Municipal Council. Okay. Cleanest medium city, that is 3 to 10 lakh of population, Noida. Noida in Uttar Pradesh. Next, cleanest big city. So big city means the having high population density, that is 10 to 40 lakh of population. It award won by Navi Mumbai. Cleanest cantonment board, Ahmedabad cantonment. Next, cleanest district is Surat in the Gujarat. Fastest mover small city, that is Hoshangabad, Madhya Pradesh. Best small city in citizens feedback, Tripudi, Maharashtra. Okay, so this is according to the citizens feedback, Tripudi, Maharashtra. So here you need to remember this best cleanest city, Indore. Okay, so very important. This is a fifth state here. It is owning that title of cleanest city according to the Swachh Sarvekshan Awards. Okay, this is the sixth edition of Swachh Sarvekshan Awards. I hope this is clear to you. So next, Andhra Pradesh Police tops the IPF Smart Policing Index 2021. So IPF means Indian Police Foundation. Okay, Andhra Pradesh Police, they tops the Indian Police Foundation Smart Policing Index 2021 among the 29 state and union territories. So this is released by the IPF only, that is Indian Police Foundation. So remember, Andhra Pradesh Police tops that list. Next, Simla tops the Niti Ayoga's inaugural STZ Urban Index and Dashboard 2021 and 2022. So STZ means Sustainable Development Goal. Sustainable Development Goal Urban Index. So this is topped by the Simla. Okay. So here you need to remember this Sustainable Development Goal Index. Okay, who is the releasing authority of this index? This is released by the Niti Ayoga. Like that, question will come like that only. SDG index is launched by which of the following entity? Okay, so you need to remember it is by the Niti Ayoga. So to make you confused, they're going to give different options like World Bank, IMF, Niti Ayoga, okay, or RBI, like that they're gonna give. So remember, it is by the Niti Ayoga. Next, Bihar has highest level of multidimensional poverty index. Okay, multidimensional poverty, while Kerala is the least poor state as per the Niti Ayoga's multidimensional poverty index. See, multidimensional poverty index and global hunger index, many indexes are there. Okay, different entities are going to release such indexes. It is according to the Niti Ayoga's multidimensional poverty index. So Niti Ayoga is the body of India. So obviously it is going to make index about the India state and union territories only. Okay. So in the India's multidimensional poverty index, Bihar is the low performing state because Bihar has the highest level of multidimensional poverty. It means the poor people are much number of poor people are there in the Bihar. Next, come to the Kerala. It is the least poor state as per the Niti Ayoga's multidimensional poverty index. It means Kerala topped the index. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So Bihar is least performing. Kerala is best performing. Okay. Next, we're going to study about the sports. It's not sports, awards. Okay. So veteran actress Hema Malini and lyrics writer Prasun Joshi conferred with the Indian Personality of the Year Award for 2021. Okay, so this is the 52nd International Film Festival of India Award. Okay, IFFI Award. Hema Malini and lyrics writer Prasun Joshi, they conferred with the Indian Personality of the Year Award 2021. Okay, so this is given at the event of 52nd IFFI function. It is held in the Goa. So remember the name Hema Malini and the Prasun Joshi. So next, Anita Desai. Anita Desai conferred with the 2021 Tata Literature Lifetime Achievement Award and Poet Laureate Award for 2021. It has been conferred upon the Indian poet Adil Jasawala. Okay, Anita Desai and the Adil Jiswala. Okay, so Anita Desai for the 2021 Tata Literature Lifetime Achievement Award. So next, when it comes to the Poet Laureate Award for 2021, it is given to the Adil Jaswala. He is one of the very important and famous poet. Next, Mumbai-based NGO Pratham. It wins the Indira Gandhi Prize of Peace for 2021. Very, very important. Okay, in examination, they directly going to ask which of the following NGO or the entity owns the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for 2021. So this is owned by the Pratham. So Pratham is one of the NGO. It is based on Mumbai, Mumbai-based NGO. What is NGO? Anybody let me know in the comment section. What is NGO? What is NGO? What is long form of NGO? Non-government organization, right? Okay, non-government organization. The name of this NGO is Pratham. Okay, it won the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. Yes, right, non-government organization. Next, International Emmy Awards 2021 winners. Okay, so Emmy Awards, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Drama Series. Okay, these three are important according to the Emmy Awards of 2021. Here, Best Actor goes to the David Tennant for the Des. He's from UK. Then Best Actress goes to the Hailey Squares. Hailey Squares for adult material from UK. Best Drama Series, it is goes to the Tehran. He's from Israel. Next, Best Comedy Series. Okay, so Best Comedy Series, Call My Agent Season 4 from the France. Best Documentary, very important, Hope Frozen, A Quest to Live Twice. Okay, so this documentary from Thailand. So I repeat once again, the Emmy Awards winners. Best Actor goes to the David Tennant for Des from UK. Best Actress, Hailey Squares for Adult Material. She is also from UK. Best Drama Series is Tehran. So this series is from Israel. Best Comedy Series, Call My Agent, Season 4 from the France. Best Documentary, Hope Frozen, A Quest to Live Twice from the Thailand. Okay, so these are some winners of the Emmy Award. So next, we go into the international news. El Salvador plans to build the world's first Bitcoin city. El Salvador is the country. Okay, so where it comes, in which continent? Anybody let me know in the comment section. El Salvador. Have you heard before this country name? El Salvador. It's a Central American nation. Okay, El Salvador. It plans to build the world's first Bitcoin city. Okay, so in examination, they might ask, world's first Bitcoin city has been developed in which country? So remember, El Salvador. Next, Russia successfully test fired the hypersonic cruise missile. The name of the missile is Zircon. Okay, in examination, to make you confused, they give the name Zircon. So Zircon was recently seen in news. It is like, it is what like that they will give, and they will give options like it is the virus name, or virus variant name, or any species name, plant name. Okay, or like that they will give you to make you confused. So remember, this Zircon is one of the missile name. Okay, so this is hypersonic cruise missile from the Russia. Next, Collins Dictionary names the NFT as the word of the year 2021. Okay, so Collins Dictionary named the NFT as the word of the year 2021. So next, Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Okay, there are the different dictionaries are there. The Merriam-Webster's Dictionary declares the vaccine as the word of the year 2021. Okay, so vaccine as word of the year for 2021. Next, South Korea to get world's first floating city by 2025. It's not yet happened, it is in the process. So South Korea to get the world's first floating city by the year 2025. Okay, still a lot of time is there for that. Next, we move on to the important days section. Okay, we are going to study the important days in the November. World Fisheries Day. It is celebrated on 21st November. Okay, so remember, World Fisheries Day is celebrated on 21st November. World Television Day also seen in the November 21st only. Next, World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims 2021. So it is also celebrated on the 21st November. That is third Sunday of the November. Theme of this World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims is Act for Low Speeds, Act for Low Speed Streets. This is the theme. Next, Assam celebrates the Lachit Divas on 24th November. International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Okay, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. It is celebrated on 25th of the November. And theme of this day is Orange the Word, End Violence Against the Women Now. Okay, so Orange the Word, End Violence Against the Women Now. Next, Indian Constitution Day, very important among all these days. Indian Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th November every year. National Milk Day celebrated on 26th November. So next, National Organ Donation Day. It is celebrated on 27th of the November. Okay. So here what you need to remember, the Constitution Day. Okay, Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th of November. Okay. Next, you can remember this Fisheries Day. It is celebrated on 21st November. Okay. So in this topic, we learned current affairs from November 21st to 30 of 2021. If you have any doubts regarding these sections or any current affairs, let me know in the comment section. Any doubts? Any doubts, guys?